Unscripted.
Oh my gosh, I have to be honest, this video is one that I'm very much looking forward to. And the reason why I'm looking forward to it is, as you guys know, it's been a very rough day for Xbox fanboys. In fact, hug your local Xbox fanboy because it's a tough time. You know, I'm there for you. I know that I'm not, quote, an Xbox guy anymore by most people's standards, but I do actually want Xbox to do well. And the entire reason why I was complaining and being quote-unquote negative about Xbox was because I didn't want this to happen where they were going to go into next generation with utter nothing and get the crap kicked out of them by PlayStation yet again. So I feel like if more people, more quote-unquote influencers would have cared less about getting free swag from Microsoft and cared more about getting games for you guys, we'd be in a much better place. But unfortunately, it was myself and very few other people. I'm not taking anything away from those that did complain as well, because there are a lot that did. I'm just saying, for the most part, a lot of people that do have the channels that could have raised their voice chose not to. And so now we're stuck with utterly nothing at launch, nothing this entire year, nothing next year unless Halo miraculously comes back and looks amazing, which, you know, who knows. But you could be looking at 2022 before you even get anything decent on Xbox Series X. With that being said, Sony, on the other hand, has a lot of great looking stuff already, and the consoles themselves went out for reviews and things like that, and now these are popping up, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I cannot believe how amazing this is and how amazing the PlayStation 5 sounds. This is what I'm here for. This is exactly what I was talking about when I was talking about next generation and the excitement level and things like that. This is what it's all about, and I can't wait to dive into this, and I know you guys are going to be very excited by this as well. What's up, everybody? Crapgamer here with Crapgamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. I really do appreciate it. Please like, share, subscribe. I would appreciate that as well. A simple like goes a long way with me. It's completely free for you and means everything to me. I put a lot of hard work and effort into these videos, and so if you could just like them, that would be great. With that being said, thank you guys for checking it out. Shout out to all the old subscribers, new subscribers, everybody in between. You're all fantastic. Thank you so much for everything that you do for me. So with that being said, Jason Schreier, Jeff Bakalar, other people, journalists all over the PlayStation 5, all talking about it. Skill Up, who's a YouTuber as well, talking about PlayStation 5. These are incredible takes on the PlayStation 5, and this is what I'm here for. This is what it's all about, folks. You guys want to know about the PlayStation 5, what it feels like. Everybody was claiming that, you know, Sony was quote-unquote hiding the PlayStation 5 from Digital Foundry. Well, guess what? Digital Foundry got theirs today as well. There's no hiding. Why would they hide? They did a complete teardown. You can look at the parts. I never understood the conspiracy theory nonsense, but this is fantastic, okay? Following the PS5 unboxing videos that went live today, various gaming journalists and personality have gone hands-on with the console, and many have responded with tons of praise for the haptic feedback and the adaptive triggers in the DualSense controller. The first impressions of Sony's DualSense are very positive, and people are praising it on Twitter and their sites, including journalists such as Jason Schreier and others. This is what they have to say. Jason Schreier says, the PS5 controller is wild. I've been playing Astro's Playroom, the game that comes with the system, and the combo of rumble haptic feedback feels more next-gen than any graphical improvements we've seen yet. More to come in my review closer to launch. Jeff Bakalar says the PS5's DualSense has some wild haptic feedback, and the triggers as well. Here's what it's like to play with. Then he links his video. Oh, and if you'd like an unboxing and a PS5 Series X size and controller comparison, I did another thing for you as well. And Skill Up said this, and this was really, I mean, this to me is an absolute burn on Microsoft, and this is exactly what I was talking about when I said innovation versus kind of standing pat. Skill Up says this, let me put it this way, there are 2 next-gen consoles releasing next month, but only 1 next-gen controller. The DualSense is that good. So again, this is like fantastic stuff. This is what we've been saying all along. Sony absolutely did not have to do any changes to the DualShock 4. It was already widely regarded as a huge improvement over the DualShock 3 and an incredible controller. They could have just stood pat with what they had, but and in case you didn't know, even though I do think the Xbox controllers are great, the PlayStation 4 DualShock is the best-selling controller of all time. So honestly, they could have just stuck with that, but instead they reinvented it completely, and now look at the heaps of praise that it's getting. People are absolutely loving this thing, and that is fantastic. Other comments were the PS5 is a big system. It's 3 pounds heavier than the PS4 Pro and stands almost as my desktop PC. The most amazing thing about the PS5 so far is the wild DualSense controller. It feels like a midpoint between the DualShock and Xbox controller, but the haptics are mad impressive. The first time somebody fights you, it's unbelievable. Elsewhere, previews for Astro's Playroom have emerged from other websites, many of which you can watch here. It's also confirmed today, 100% guys, that the PS5 will ship with a HDMI 2.1 cable, and stay tuned for a lot of PS5 info in the coming weeks, because obviously I'm going to be covering a lot of this stuff. I'm going to do a review on the PlayStation 5. I'm going to try to get some reviews out for the games as quickly as possible as well. So I think that this is something that a lot of people are going to be very excited about, and for me personally, that's what kind of gets me going as well. Like, the excitement level is just incredible. On top of all this, obviously a lot of the previews and the reviews are glowingly positive. This is the stuff that, like, a lot of Xbox fans kind of dismissed. They said, oh well, who's going to use the features on the DualSense and this kind of stuff. Well, all the third parties seem to be utilizing it. I do agree that the touchpad seemed like a bit of a gimmick last gen, but again, there's not a lot of need for a touchpad in a controller to begin with, whereas utilizing stuff that doesn't really take much coding effort for the adaptive triggers and things like that, I think that that's perfectly fine, and I think that's incredible to be able to accomplish that with what they've been able to do. And this sounds to me like this is truly a next-gen console that people have been waiting for, and the fact that you have people saying this is better, the controller itself is better than even the graphical leap itself, which we've seen some pretty graphically demanding games, really says it all, and then the fact that they also include the HDMI 2.1 cable, so if you have HDMI 2.1 TV, you'll be able to get like the full 4K 120 frames experience, although I don't think many games really support that. You'll at the very least get the 1440p 120 frames or what have you, that these companies are kind of touting and they've been talking about for a while. And if the news didn't sound good enough there, we also got more news. So listen, Sony has a secret, not so secret first party studio, and they've just added more Naughty Dog talent. So this studio is very interesting because Sony hasn't really admitted that the thing kind of exists. So it's probably the worst kept secret in the industry at the moment, but Sony has a new first party team based in San Diego and is expected to be working on the Uncharted franchise. Now, as a reminder that the studio continues to recruit talent, they've also recruited more Naughty Dog environment artists who most recently worked on The Last of Us Part 2. He's joined the team. He made the transition to the Visual Art Studio group last month, presumably having completed his work on Ellie's sophomore adventure, and he'll serve as senior environmental artist on a quote unannounced project, which many expect to be some kind of Uncharted sequel or spin-off. Now, while this job is primarily responsible for motion capture, Sony's been building a development studio off of it, obviously. PlayStation Visual Arts has a new game development team in partnership with a major Sony studio, said PlayStation talent acquisition lead a couple of years back. It's been staffing up pretty hard ever since, and we'd expected to have something to show within the next 18 months or so, presumably for the PlayStation 5. So, again, think of it this way. Okay, Naughty Dog, this studio apparently has a ton of ex-Naughty Dog people, so basically they just shuffled. You could actually almost probably consider it Naughty Dog B or something at this point, because it's got so many ex-Naughty Dog people there, and they're probably designed to continue on with the Uncharted franchise, which, let's be honest, is a fantastic franchise and deserves more games. They, the one thing that I was really thankful about the Uncharted series was it didn't have that lull the way that a lot of these other games have. And what I mean by that is it's a franchise that really never had that setback for the full games, right? Like, I mean, you could sit there and say that part 1 was probably my least favorite, to be honest with you, but part 2 might have been the best game of last gen completely, and part 3 was pretty good, and part 4 was amazing, even though I gave it a little bit of grief, kind of just in a mocking kind of fun way. But obviously great games, and they just continue to get better. It's like a polar opposites of stuff like Halo and Gears, which I think the problem was they put out a little bit too many, but if they wanted to put one Uncharted game out a generation, I'm perfectly fine with that, and think it's super smart to actually go out there and sort of do that, because there are people that love this franchise, myself included, and we're really looking forward to seeing what they have to offer and bring to the table with next generation technology and stuff like that. So whether it's Nathan himself, I mean, there is going to be an Uncharted movie coming out, I think soon as well, so maybe this could tie into that. Maybe it's a prequel, maybe it's something, I don't know, but I love Uncharted. I hope that they continue to do great things with that. The fact that this is something that, you know, is kind of a secret is all the better, and pretty cool to me anyway. I would love to see the look on people's faces, because not everybody's in the know and, you know, has social media and follows all this kind of stuff. So, you know, it's always kind of different when you see people talk about this stuff, and then, you know, it comes to be and they're surprised by it. So I'm looking forward to that. All this stuff that I talked about today, this exciting stuff, I'm going to link in the description below, so all you fine people can peruse it at your own leisure. Check it out. Let me know what you think. You want to hit me up on PSN, the name's Crapgamer there. I respond to everybody. Just let me know. I love talking. I love interacting with you guys and girls. It's been fantastic. Please stay safe, happy, and healthy. Take care of each other. Game on, my friends. Game on. As always, Crapgamer out. Oh yeah, rack 'em up.
Unscripted.